Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Keep playing hard. Monday, down. 180. Check three. Who's right feet?
This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the draw, Richard. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He lost two there, and it's third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And this one complete to Smith. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Check 99. Shoot. Good roll. West.
Out of the gun, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Raiders pick it up. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
No. Watch the slant. Hey, people,
Watson with a give to Miller. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Set. Come on. Tight dog.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, watch the slant.
On first down, it's Watson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. Going deep for... And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Carr to throw. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A. where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. And the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. They'll run on first down. Richard. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
the 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Hey, 734. One, later one.
You got time.
Carr. This is caught by Williams. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
From midfield, here's Carr. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check off the mic. Check 55 the mic. Man, I got you. Man.
To throw is Watson. Catch is made here. It's the rookie from San Diego State, Kahale Waring. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Watson on 1st down. He finds Hopkins complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it over. 55, right there in the middle, 55.
On 1st down, Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At 25 to move. 25 to Mike. Hey, get him away from him. At 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Here's Watson. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this will be a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
Let's go, D. Let's go. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 15. Check blue draw Porkers. Crouch. Check. Fresno.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Right down. 180. Kill.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Being chased out left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
It's just me and you.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Miller with 1st down and more. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Brings up second and 5.
This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league in various spots before calling it a career. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
29.
Carr now on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6:37. That's it.
To throw again. Carr. Flush to his right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Cassius Marsh, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Watson. Caught by Nelson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No,
I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at the 15. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff Spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. We're going 25 to Mike.
Now Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Watson off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
You can't stop me.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Mike 55, Mike 55. It's coming this way, coming this way.
From the 50, it's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Stop your whining. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Out of the gun, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
Watson now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Down. 180.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Carr gives to Richard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
694.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Five.
From the gun, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Carr. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
180. Hey, we're good. 180.
Check. Out.
first down. Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
29. 29.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He's got Smith here. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Watch the shit. 93.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Raider 2. Raider 1.
From the gun, Carr under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
He's coming. Double up.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Mike. Set. 19. 55. Mike. 55. I can't resign.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. Hauling it in, Nelson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Time to go. Night.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Express.
41, Mike. 48.
Echo.
Hey, here I come.
On first and 10, here's Carr. It's caught. Smith. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Richard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
6-18.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Throwing again. Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, Carr. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Check 26, check 26.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Lets it go for Nelson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct take.
And got his man complete. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on second down. Carr drops this off to Richard. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Carr. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. They'll run it again with Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written him off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Houston, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying...
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. High boy, just to see me flammable. Good shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly